Great to be back in the SEC. It's great to be here in Birmingham with all the media folks, and certainly appreciate what you all do for our league, our players, and the University of Alabama. I know you're going to ask me a lot of questions about our team, and probably rightfully so, but I guess I want to preempt it all with, you may know in some cases a lot more about our team than we know. We did have an off-season program. We did have spring practice where we put our basic offense, defense, special teams, got to know our players to some degree, but we've had a good summer conditioning program. Our strength and conditioning coaches have done a good job. The players have responded well, and we've probably made some strides in strength and conditioning and maybe our ability to sustain in a game. We're pleased with the effort and the attitude. But I think this two-a-days, this fall camp is going to tell us a lot about our team. First of all, what kind of team chemistry will we have? Not knowing all the components, the leadership, the trust and respect that players have for each other, the believing in togetherness and how it can affect results. All those things are questions that I think this team chemistry will probably develop and continue to develop through fall camp and the early part of the season. And how we progress in that area is going to have a lot to say about our team. And you may know more about that than we do. Our ability to be positive about what we're doing and have positive energy and upbeat attitude and not get frustrated when things don't go the way we want them to, and continue to improve as a team is also a psychological disposition that's going to be critical for us to earn it, to earn what we need to do and to improve as a team so that we can compete with some of the great football teams that we play in our league. Being responsible to do their job on a consistent basis so we have a chance to execute with some consistency, our ability to do it in the fourth quarter and sustain performance so that we have a chance to win close games and be a dominant team in terms of our ability to sustain our performance. All these things are question marks that I can't really answer relative to what our exposure and experience has been with our team. And in no way are we disappointed, in our players, their effort, their attitude toward what we're trying to instill in terms of the player development issues as people, as students, as football players, all geared toward helping them be more successful with their future. None of that is a problem, and we've been pleased with the progress that we made. But it's a work in progress for us to actually learn more and more about the components and the parts and how they're going to fit together as we go through fall camp and the early part of the season. So I just kind of wanted to share that with everybody and let you know that in some cases you may be the expert. Well, I think that first of all, it wouldn't be much fun to coach some place where they didn't expect to win. All right, so that expectation is not an issue. I mean, I think that's something that we welcome. At the same time, I think it's important, you can be optimistic, which is probably a pretty good thing. You can be pessimistic, which is not such a good thing. But I think the most important thing is to be realistic where you are, who you are, what you need to do to get where you want to be. And that process of what we need to do is what we'd like to focus on. And it really doesn't matter what should be, could be, what was. It's what is. And, we're going to be successful when we focus on the process of the things that we need to do to build a good team. And expectations can only set you up for a lot of frustration and negative attitude, because if you expect everything to be great and it isn't, you're going to get frustrated and negative. If you expect everything to be difficult, hard, and significant things take a significant amount of preparation, work, dedication, and a lot of perseverance, then it's a little more easy to have that positive energy that you need to improve and get where you want to be. And that's going to be our approach regardless, because that's the way we'll get where we want to be. And this is not the first place that we've had expectation. You know, I mean, we had it at LSU. Well, it's a little easier transition than coming from the Big Ten to the SEC and not knowing the lay of the land. So at least we have some experience in the league, which I think would be helpful. Well, first of all, we have a tremendous amount of respect for LSU. What was accomplished at LSU was, done with a great team. Our fans and the people of the state of Louisiana contributed to that in a very positive way. You know, Coach Miles has done a fantastic job there in the last couple of years in terms of the success that he's had. I think arguably they have an outstanding team coming back this year. You know, maybe the best team in the West. So we have a tremendous amount of respect for what was accomplished there, what can be accomplished there, and what Coach Miles has done while he's been there. And I don't think you have to dislike somebody to compete against them. I do it all the time. We play noontime basketball with our coaching staff all the time. I love those guys. I don't hate them, but we try to win when we're out there playing. So, you know, that's just the way it is. So I don't care. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks. That's how I feel. It's who I am, and it's a respect I have for the program at LSU as well as the people. Well, I think first of all, you know, discipline is changing behavior, and discipline is not punishment. And you use the word punishment. Whatever we do to the players, we need to change their behavior so that they can continue to progress and develop the personality characteristics that's going to help them be successful. If punishing them is the best way to accomplish that, then we'll certainly do it. But internally, we have all players doing things that we feel can change their behavior, and it'll be their responsibility to represent the University of Alabama in a first-class way. And if they complete that and do it satisfactorily internally, maybe it'll minimize their punishment long term. Did I say that? No. Well, you want to give it legs, so then I have to support it? Is that what we're trying to do here? It is what it is, and I want you all to know that as I was at LSU and Michigan State, when we have player issues, it's not going to become a public deal. It's going to be handled internally, just like family. It's like if I have a problem with one of my children, I'm not going to tell you how I handle it internally. The expectation is that they're going to do it right. We want them to do the right things that they have the best chance to be successful. And that's what we'll do in this case with these guys. If they don't respond to that, then there is a question as to whether they should represent the institution or not. But they all have an opportunity to prove that one way or the other. I don't think I see, first of all, the league was like very difficult before with a lot of good coaches, a lot of good programs, a lot of good players, a lot of great competition from top to bottom, and a tremendous amount of balance. And I still see the league being that way, and maybe even more so in terms of the respect that I have for the other coaches in the league and the programs in the league. So I think there's been a tremendous amount accomplished in this league through the years historically, and I think that in a lot of ways the strength of the league right now may be as good as it's ever been. So I don't see a whole lot of differences. I just see even a higher standard of excellence relative to quality throughout.